Welcome to the Unmistakably Magic Podcast. I'm RJ.
And I'm Cort.
We are two lifelong fans of Disney parks and all theme parks.
Each week, we bring you the latest news from Disney parks and beyond.
Plus, this week we'll be continuing our series by telling you why Disney California Adventure should be your favorite park.
That's right. And I was impressed you said it. You said the correct name of the park.
I almost added an S.
It is not Disney's California Adventure.
It's Disney California.
So we're going to continue this series, but we're jumping over to the West Coast.
Oh, California.
California.
Get on the 5 and get off at Disneyland.
Let's do it.
Because it's episode 55.
But let's kick it off with some news
All
first.
right.
Well, kicking off the news this week, Disney has unveiled the merchandise for Epcot's 35th anniversary, and it looks extremely retro. It is so cool. I am head over heels for this stuff.
They did a good job being retro with the 30th, too.
They did, but it took it to the next level with this 35th
Next
stuff.
level.
The next level.
Next level retro.
The new line includes shirts, posters, pins, lanyards, tote bags, keychains, backpacks, and much, much more. All inspired by retro Epcot. Plus, there's a ton of Figment merch being released. The Epcot 35th Anniversary Collection will be available in select locations throughout Epcot, as well as on the Shop Disney Parks app in late September. I actually downloaded the app just for this.
Just for this when it kicks in.
I am so stoked.
So the sad part is when I was there for the 30th, I went too early, and they had a little bit out, but not a lot. And then same thing is going to happen to me with the 35th, apparently.
You just kind of got the preview stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still download the app and get it.
Yeah, if I really want something.
They generally have free shipping on orders of $75 or more. So if you're not getting that much, maybe you and I could go together and get some free shipping.
There we go.
Do it. Do it. Well, the minivans have officially debuted at Disney World, and the service is being run through Lyft. If you want to ride from a minivan, you first need the Lyft app, then you can request one through that. A ride will cost a flat rate of $20, regardless of distance, and it'll take you and up to 5 other guests anywhere on Disney World Resort property. The service is only available for guests at Disney's Boardwalk Resort and Disney's Yacht and Beach Club resorts for now. And it's only available between the hours of 6:30 a.m. and 12:30 a.m.
I'm kind of hoping this rolls out a little wider.
I think September.
I don't know if I'd use it, but we'll see.
I think it's generally a good month for testing stuff.
Yeah.
It's off season, not as many people there. You can
So maybe if they do expand it, they'll test across the board.
test a little more in September, October-ish.
It's interesting it's being run through Lyft. I wonder if that's a partnership. So we're going to see a lack of Lyft cars on property.
And Uber exclusive non-minivan stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be cool.
I mean, I wonder if they're just trying to get rid of Uber and they kind of went with Lyft as a partner in this, or
I don't know. I mean, I've generally had better experiences with Lyft than I have with Uber.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't
heard a few people say that.
I don't Uber very often. I don't Lyft very often. But Lyft just seems, I don't know, they seem nicer. I think they do more kind of more background check stuff and more validation before they actually let you become a driver.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it is interesting that it's a Lyft partnership. We'll call it that for now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't just roll it out in the My Disney Experience
or their
app.
own app. I mean, the minivan.
Their own minivan app.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Well, over at Universal Studios and Universal's Islands of Adventure in Orlando, all Harry Potter rides are now available on Universal's Express Pass system. The add-on pass now allows guests to bypass most of the line at Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, and the Hogwarts Express.
How much is that express pass?
It
Does it vary by season or day or whatever?
It varies by day most of the time.
By peak or whatever.
Generally, it's about the same price as an admission ticket.
Weesh.
Yeah.
Are you
A little-
serious?
yeah, it's up there.
I think.
But if you're
yeah.
staying on property at a deluxe resort, you get it for free. And if you're not staying at a deluxe resort, you get early entry,
Okay.
and that's generally when people
Get a lot
would
of that
go
stuff
to
done.
the Potter stuff
Yeah,
and then get it done.
Makes sense.
But I've seen this only increase wait times.
Okay.
It has done nothing but that
Yeah.
for standby stuff.
That's too bad.
It's unfortunate, but it makes sense that they're finally allowing people to use Express Pass on these.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I wonder if they'll include it from day one on whatever's replacing Dragon Challenge, though.
Yeah, I wonder if they will, because it's been a while for a lot of this other stuff. So I wonder if it's kind of like, all right, it's been it's been enough time. We can now let it be part of the system.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Curious to find out. Well, we'll wait and see. Well, tickets for Halloween Horror Nights 2017 over at Universal Studios Hollywood are now on sale. This year's event features more mazes than ever and runs for 29 nights.
Wow.
Plus, guests can purchase an RIP tour, which allows guests to get scared with a VIP tour guide, as well as unlimited front-of-the-line privileges for all mazes and attractions, as well as a buffet dinner, drinks, and valet parking. RIP tickets range from $269 to $319 per night.
Plus a park ticket, right?
No, well, it gives you entrance into Halloween Horror Nights,
Oh, okay.
which is just a separate ticket event. And the drinks, you can only have maximum of 2 alcoholic beverages of beer or wine.
Boo.
Come on, Universal.
Come on, Universe. Boo.
But that's, I mean, generally, tickets aren't super cheap to HHN. So for
It
the
might be
perks
worth
that you're
it,
getting,
yeah, that's a pretty good list of perks, especially the
Unlimited
line
front of the line.
privileges. Yeah.
if you go on a busy night, even though it'd be like $320, but it's you and up to 14 people, it didn't say anywhere if this was per person. I would assume it is.
I can't imagine it wouldn't be.
No.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be the steal of the century.
For real. But it's you and up to, or a group of 14 people get to go with a VIP tour guide
And skip the lines.
and skip the lines and stuff. So if you have a huge group of friends and you have
Everybody wants to fit
$320 to blow,
$320 below each. Yeah.
go
There
for
you go.
it. Yeah.
There's your thing.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Well, the Happily Ever After dessert party just got a little sweeter with a new viewing area. Guests can now choose to sit at the Tomorrowland Terrace or in the Plaza Garden. The party will also now include 10 desserts, including cheesecake brownie bites, strawberry tarts, the Happily Ever After cupcake, coconut almond cake, and an Oreo Mickey treat, just to name a few.
Nice.
So I think it only had like 2 desserts because they're adding 8, and now it has 10.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a big
So,
increase.
giant
Percentage-wise, that's a big increase.
I believe the price is still remaining the same, so that's always a good thing.
That's always a nice thing, yeah.
I don't know, where would you rather watch the fireworks? Plaza Garden or Tomorrowland Terrace? Because I've seen them from both. Not Happily Ever After.
I think Tomorrowland Terrace.
It's pretty cool on there.
I was going to say a little bit of elevation would be kind of cool.
Yeah. You do get a better view of
Because
the
Plaza Garden's
castle.
fine, but it's really, if you think about it in relation to other areas, it's not really any better than any other one. I mean, slightly better, but it's not like there are other areas that are equivalent in that. But Tomorrowland
Yeah.
Terrace is unique.
Because when we went during Christmas, it was like we had 2 days at Magic Kingdom, and on our second night there, we had already seen all the fireworks and done most of everything, and it was just me, my dad, and my little brother, and we sat down at Tomorrowland Terrace, and we had like a burger or something, and the fireworks just so happened. We didn't plan it at all.
That's
Nobody
awesome.
was over there, and the fireworks just happened, and we're like, wow, that is an excellent viewing area. Like, you don't get as great a view of the castle, but it's still superb. I really want to go into Fantasyland though next time I'm out there and watch them from in there.
Yeah, I've heard of people trying to time their rides on certain things, like the
Around then.
Yeah.
Well, it was just announced that an all-new, highly immersive Star Wars virtual reality experience is coming to both Disneyland and Walt Disney World Resort. The new experience is powered by The Void, but created by ILM X Lab. The new experience will put guests in the Star Wars universe with a mixed reality, hyper-realistic experience. I feel like I've said experience 12 too many times. Star Wars VR will open in downtown Disney and Disney Springs by the end of this year.
All right.
So, The Void is a company. They did the Ghostbusters virtual reality thing that opened up in New York.
Yeah, they've done a couple bigger
And they
ones.
They opened up in one of their an original story in Utah, I want to say, or are soon to open that up. But it's basically wireless VR, and you're given, like, for the Ghostbuster stuff, you're given a Ghost Blaster.
Yeah.
And you're wearing, like, a backpack that has all your, well, if you look back in the VR, it's your Ghost Pack.
But really, it's your computer.
But it's really just your computer and batteries. But you run around in physical sets and interact with physical sets. But it's
VR, but with a real life aspect to it.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, it's just VR, purely VR, because there's no
Not
augmented
AR,
reality
but
in there. But you're interacting with reality.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm very excited to see what they do with this.
I just thought it was funny that recently he was quoted as saying, "We would never do VR."
We're not going to do VR in our, but it's not in their parks.
I know, that's what I was just going to say. Yeah. You see what you did there.
Sneaky.
Uh-huh.
Well, RJ, do you remember that spa amusement park video from a while ago?
I do, and we all kind of thought it was a joke.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke. It became a reality at the Beppu City Spa Amusement Park last weekend in Japan. Visitors experienced 12 attractions, including a hot tub merry-go-round and a foam-filled roller coaster. Spa Amusement Park lasted just 3 days, but over 12,000 visitors attended over the weekend.
I wonder if, like, Theme Park Review or any of those guys made it. Like, I
feel
feel
doubt
like
it.
it would have been, like, worth it for them to try.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been so funny. I think they're currently doing stuff across, like, the Midwest right now. But it's a huge community, so I'm sure somebody
made it there with
made it there
high
or
def
something.
camera.
It would have been so funny to see,
Yeah.
or experience even.
Yeah, totally.
Just a bunch of people running around in their bathing suits, and
Hopefully they had bathing suits on.
they were required to wear
okay.
bathing
Alright.
suits. No nudity.
I mean, it is a spa. I'm just saying.
Yes, spa amusement park.
Spa amusement.
I'm curious to see, though, if that actually has any repercussions in the industry at all. Is there a market for a spa amusement park?
I can't imagine there is. I think it's just like a one-time, haha, look what we can do.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can see it working out at, like, a water park. Volcano Bay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Volcano Bay expansion.
Yeah. The spa. The spa at Volcano Bay.
You climb the top of the volcano.
Sit in
and
the top.
Sit in the volcano.
Ooh,
up
it's all
top.
warm. Like a hot tub.
They can't figure out how to make the lights work, so might as well put a hot tub up there. Foam-filled roller coaster on the way down. Well, Disney Springs just replaced Marketplace Fun Finds with a Star Wars trading post as the second Star Wars themed shop over at Disney Springs.
Must be making some money, I guess.
Making bank, obviously. I don't know. It's crazy.
I'm excited to kind of visit Disney Springs and see some of the stuff.
Yeah, I'm stoked to finally, like, have hope of seeing it now. Because last time I was there, it was very dated.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like Disneyland Paris's Disney Village.
No, it totally, yeah.
It was bad. Well, starting January 1st, 2018, some changes will take place to the Fantasmic Dining Package over at Walt Disney World. The appetizer option will no longer be offered. However, one entree, dessert, and non-alcoholic beverage are still included, as well as a seating voucher for the Fantasmic show. Some pricing adjustments will also be made. Mama Melrose will cost $42 per adult for lunch and dinner and $18 per child. It currently costs $45 per adult and $18 per child, so it's going down by $3.
For the appetizer?
Well, you could either choose appetizer, entree, and non-alcoholic beverage, or appetizer or entree, dessert, and non-alcoholic. So they're just taking away that one option.
Oh, yeah.
The Brown Derby will be $62 per adult and $22 per child. It is currently $65 per adult and $22 per child. So again, it's going down $3, and that's for lunch and dinner. Hollywood and Vine will cost $41 per adult and $24 per child for breakfast. It currently costs $39 for an adult and $24 for a child. So that's going up $2.
Weird.
And $59 for adult and $35 per child for lunch and dinner. It is currently $52 for an adult and $32 for a child for lunch, and $57 for an adult and $35 for a child for dinner.
Weird.
So lunch is going up by $7 for an adult and $3 for a child. Dinner is going up by $2 for an adult and staying the same for a child.
Weird.
So Hollywood and Vine is the most popular.
Clearly, yeah.
That's what we're getting from this.
Yeah. They're trying to get people to go to Mama Melrose's, make it a little cheaper, I guess.
And the Brown Derby.
Yeah. Brown Derby's one of those funny ones. We should talk about it sometime, but it's not the most like, it is a very good restaurant. It is not the most popular. And I don't know.
Is it for good reason?
I don't think so. I think the food's really good. I think the atmosphere's good. The downside is on the dining plan, it's 2 credit.
Okay. Well,
Which
we can discuss in another show
Which
if
is,
if it's worth 2 credits or not.
That's probably the discussion, but
I'm just surprised that Hollywood and Vine is shooting up that much, though.
yeah, probably just trying to even the load out, you know.
I could imagine. I could see that, but at the same time, like, you're taking away one of the options for it.
Yeah.
And it is the only place that offers breakfast, so I understand, like, a bunch of people would probably just go for breakfast.
It's cheaper and it's easier. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious to see what other changes we might see with this Fantasmic dining package.
I know.
And if we'll see them come over to Disneyland as well. Because you can do a Blue Bayou restaurant.
Yeah.
I think you can do Rancho del Zocalo.
Dining package?
Yeah, you just get a voucher for whatever, and then a seating. It's basically just buying the preferred seating.
Yeah.
So if you really look at this for just buying the preferred seating, and you're already going for the cheapest option,
Yeah.
might as well just keep it Melrose.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
It was already the cheapest.
yeah, it was $45. Now it's $42. So you just saved yourself $3 to go get preferred seating at Fantasmic and a meal. Well, that just about wraps it up for the news this week.
Well, stick around. We're going to talk about why Disney California Adventure should be your number 1 park.
Over at the Disneyland Resort.
Over the Well, I would think. Well, we're saying it overall.
In general. Overall.
Yeah.
It should be your number 1
Your
park.
number 1 of all time, as you kept saying during Animal Kingdom.
All time.
All time.
Time.
All time. And we're back.
With California Adventure music.
California
Adventure,
man.
All right. Let's jump right in.
As we insult all of our California listeners.
I
don't talk like that.
I think it's funny that we saved, or it just so happened, I don't think we planned this at all, that episode 55 is talking about California Adventure, and you have to take the 5 to get to Disneyland.
Where are you going with it? Was Disneyland opened in 1955?
In 1955 it did.
spooky, man. Some voodoo going on.
It's crazy.
Some voodoo going on tonight.
Well, if you can't tell, or if you haven't been listening intently
For several episodes now.
we have a little series going on, and we like to, we feel like we've been mean mugging the theme parks a little bit, other than like Magic Kingdom and Disneyland
And Epcot.
and Epcot and maybe Disneyland Paris. But we feel like we've been mean mugging all the other parks. So to make up for that a little bit, we started this series where we go through the other parks, the non-Magic Kingdom parks, and tell you why they're so great
So great.
and why they should be your number one
Yeah,
park.
the idea is if somebody came to you and they're like, I'll give you a park ticket, but you can't have a park hopper and you can go one park. We're trying to convince you, don't go to the kingdoms, don't go to this, go to this.
Go to the other parks.
Go to Disney, California Adventure. Go to old DCA.
New DCA.
New DCA, yeah, not
Old
DCA. Don't
DCA.
go to old DCA.
Old DCA is not good.
Let's not talk about that. Talk about as it is in its current state.
Currently.
Because that's how we did with Hollywood Studios.
It's how we did with Animal Kingdom.
That's how we did with Epcot, too. Because a lot of changes coming across the board at Disney parks.
There are a ton, except not really at Animal Kingdom anymore.
True.
Now that Pandora's open,
They're
taking a little breather over there.
You take a break. We'll be back in a couple years.
In 2 to 5 years. But actually, I think this whole series kind of spawned from the idea that DCA is probably Disney's greatest theme park.
That's what you like to say.
I do like to say that, and
I'm going to let you convince
it's
me
valid.
tonight because I enjoy DCA. I can see a lot of positives from it. I personally, now granted in this series our whole goal has been to convince otherwise, but I think personally that's not, I would have a really hard time not going to Disneyland proper.
Oh, I would have a very
And then I
hard
have
time.
at times not gone to DCA even though it's right there.
Yeah, your first time, we actually went together.
Yeah.
And
I've only
it was
been
still-
one other time after
Since
that
then?
because I've gone to Disneyland one other time,
Yeah.
2 other times,
Yeah.
and not gone to DCA. So
Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to convince you, RJ.
I'm ready.
I'm going to convince you. So starting off, though, Buena Vista Street.
I can see it.
I think it rivals, if not surpasses, Main Street USA
I was
as an
really
amazing entrance.
so because when you and I went, that was still under construction because we entered near Soarin'.
Yeah.
We went and came in kind of those side gates by Soarin'. I didn't get to experience it until a later visit, and I was like, "Wow, this is really good."
It is very impressive. The music there, current music we're listening to, fantastic.
Yeah, the streetcars are awesome. The street atmosphere is really, really good.
Yeah.
The one downside I'll say is I don't like. It's not called Partners. What is it called?
Oh, the
Suitcase in a Dream.
Yeah, you don't like that
I-
statue?
I love the statue. I don't like that it's not special. Meaning that it's sitting on street level. There's no
that's true. It's not elevated.
It's not elevated. It's not surrounded by flowers.
See,
And people are touching it, and I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
I kind of like it because you can get personal with it.
Okay.
Like, you can get up close with it. Partner statue, you can only get as close as the flower beds around
flower
it.
bed, yeah.
That one, you can get up close and like look at all the detail of that statue, which
Yeah.
they did a fantastic
They did,
job
yeah, that's true.
casting that statue. It's a really cool statue.
I
and
only mention that because so many people are getting personal with it all the time, and it's harder. Or at least partners,
true.
you can kind of stand off to one side and get a little bit of an angle or whatever. But
that's true. You gotta get low to get those angles with the Suitcase in a Dream. But Buena Vista Street as a whole is extremely impressive, and a lot of people say that, or used to say that Main Street USA was better because of all the hidden details in it and Disney references. Buena Vista Street, I would say, has a vast number of Disney references.
No, definitely.
If you know anything about Walt Disney's life or history, a walk through Buena Vista Street will really tickle your imagination
true.
and history buff muscle.
Well, and I think one of the things we've talked about on several of the other parks is some of them lack kind of that like main entry, like, hey, welcome. And it's definitely unique to Disney California Adventure.
Yeah, no other place has really, they haven't replicated it anywhere else.
And part of it is because they've gone away from the main, you don't want to have like a main street at every park.
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios maybe is the one example, but we kind of said, it's okay.
All right. Not bad.
It's not bad, but Buena Vista Street is very, very good.
It's probably Imagineering at its finest.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Imagineering at its finest, I'll just throw the Cars Land gauntlet in there.
That's true. That's pretty much
it's
kind of the trump card a little bit in this case.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
The level of detail, the amount of hidden references and everything. From the Mater shorts, if you wait in line for Mater's Junkyard Jamboree and you're a fan of the Mater cartoons Mater shorts, you will love that queue. It has a ton of references.
Yeah.
Quite a few hidden Mickeys in there as well. And it's such a fun attraction as well.
Yeah.
Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters now? I believe that's what it's called. I always want to call it Luigi's Flying Tires, but sadly that is gone.
Yeah.
That was a blast from the past. And it probably should have stayed in the past, although it was fun.
Clearly nobody could figure it out.
No. It was fun, though. Again, tons of references to cars, really cool memorabilia, stuff you can pretty much only see in that queue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think some of the most memorable moments are from inside Luigi's tire shop.
Yeah.
Like when Lightning gets his white walls for the first time, when
the
Ferrari
Ferraris come
comes
back,
in.
yeah.
Really, and they reference all of that in the queue.
Well, I would say that's the whole thing with Cars Land as a whole, is it is the most immersive, like, you've stepped into Cars.
Yeah. And I think it even expanded on the lore of Cars by showing you where the Radiator Spring is in the queue for Radiator Springs racers. And kind of the history of the town a little bit more than what you could experience in the movie
films,
or even in video games that came out of afterwards. So Cars Land, that's the trump card. That kind of...
That is, I'm surprised you threw it out there that early, but yeah.
But again, it is Imagineering at its finest. So far.
Totally agree with that.
So far.
No.
But then you also have some really cool, fun places for little kids as well.
True.
Not just
The
Cars
choo-choo
Land.
train.
Heimlich's choo-choo train. I still ride that. It's still
I know
fun
you
for
always
me.
say you do. I'm like,
It's
why would
still
you?
fun.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Go you.
My niece loves it.
That's
Can tell you
that's a
that.
good reason, I guess. But I'm pretty sure you've written it by yourself, so I'm just saying.
Hey, when it's a walk-on and you've done everything else umpteen times,
Time for the choo-choo train.
yeah, let's go to the choo-choo train. Nice. Smell that water, Malone. You got Bugs Land over there, which has some very fun attractions for younger audiences.
Which is ironic because the main attraction over there is not kid friendly. I barely want to go on it because I don't really like bugs, and
it's still fun.
It's a little spooky.
It's still fun though.
First time I got stabbed in the back by a wasp or whatever, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. Yep, it terrified me as a kid, but now I love that attraction. It is a really cool example of Disney doing 3D films in parks very well.
Yeah.
And you don't really see that over at Disneyland, or really any other park except Animal Kingdom. I would say Epcot and Disneyland over in Tomorrowland with Captain EO used to rival it. However, those are both gone.
PhilharMagic's not bad. And
PhilharMagic
Muppets
is
bad,
pretty
but
good.
it's not
Muppets are
as
solid.
to the detail or interactive or whatever you want to call that. Immersiveness that Bug's Life is, but yeah.
You're not getting jabbed in the back.
Yeah, or what are the...
Or bug bombed or
the
stink
bugs
bug
going under
and,
your behind, yeah.
It's some really cool effects and a lot of fun. Plus the rest of Bugs Land is absolutely amazing. It's super immersive, and it rolls into the next land, Hollywood Land, if it's still called that.
Yeah. Marvel Land, you mean now? Yeah.
Future Marvel Land?
Marvel Land coming soon, yeah.
Future home of Marvel Land.
Yeah.
Because what used to be Tower of Terror, Bugs Land used to be the front garden of Tower of Terror, and now it's the front garden of the collector's
Guardians of the Galaxy Breakout.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, the Tibian Collection Warehouse, the Collector's Warehouse.
Yeah.
Which has gotten rave reviews. Granted, neither of us have been on it.
No, so we can't talk too much about it, but yeah.
But it's gotten incredible reviews.
Yeah.
One of the best audio animatronics Disney has ever created is in there. Amazing
Especially when you
queue.
consider the size.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That small? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Amazing queue. Reference to Epcot in that queue with Figment being captured.
I know.
That's always a plus. And a thrilling attraction from start to finish.
Yeah.
And a wild attraction from start to finish. Even though it has the same number of drops as Tower of Terror had, it's randomized. Although I don't think the drop sequences are randomized, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I still have yet to see a full on-ride video of it. I'm holding out. I don't know how much longer I can hold out for. But it has the same number of drops. It has a different ride visually and audio every time. Theoretically every time.
Yeah.
And it's a superb attraction that you can't find anywhere else.
That's what I was going to say, too, is it's unique for now, at least. I mean, it may come other places at some point or whatever, but...
And it's the same with Cars Land and everything over there. You can't find those attractions anywhere else.
You can point to similar ones, but nothing the same.
Nothing exact.
No.
Radiator Springs Racers.
You could say it's the same ride system as,
as
Test Track, but yeah.
It's a different ride. You actually
It's
get
completely,
You get airtime on that ride. You don't get airtime in Test Track at all. And then Mike and Sully, Monsters Inc. to the rescue, or Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the rescue. It's a fun, solid dark ride.
It is.
And it caters to the younger audience.
That is true. It is, because that movie could go the other way.
It very easily could go the other way.
Kind of like Bug's Life, choosing to kind of go with the darker side of it, but yeah.
But they went the fun route, and it's still really fun for me, even.
And it never has a wait, because it's such a fast loading, and
it's tucked away.
Yeah.
Not many people even know about it.
Yeah.
It's very fun. And then you have the rest of kind of Hollywood land. So you basically have Hollywood Studios right there.
Yeah.
Except for like the coaster.
Yeah.
You don't have the big coaster. But you do have a giant roller coaster. I think it is the longest roller coaster that Disney has ever created.
Plus a good launch coaster.
It's a solid launch. It's a solid roller coaster in general. And that's California Screamin' over at Paradise Pier. Which
on-ride audio too.
On-ride audio, synced up, amazing airtime, only inversion at Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
Plus, Paradise Pier in general, just so gorgeous, and it makes you feel so happy and fun. I don't know how they did that, because normally whenever I go to seaside amusement parks or pier amusement parks, I feel like it's just run down and trashy. Yeah.
No, totally.
But it's Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's California Adventure. It's amazing. You have Mickey's Fun Wheel, which was the last Ferris wheel of that type to be built since like 60 something.
Wow.
So a little bit of amusement park history right there. You have Toy Story Midway Mania, which is an amazing interactive attraction in and of itself. It really caters to that theme of seaside amusement.
Yeah, no, it feels like boardwalk games.
Yeah, it fits in perfectly right there. Granted, the queue is a little long, but it now has Fast Pass.
True.
And then you can head over a little farther and get some of probably the best quick service food over at Paradise Pizza and Pasta.
That's true. That's a good one.
It's solid over there. Plus that atmosphere at night. If you go and grab some spaghetti or whatever and hang out, have a nice relaxing dinner, and just look across Paradise Pier and see all the lights and everything, You got the Golden Zephyr flying around, classic seaside attractions that you really don't see at any other Disney park at all.
No, it's true.
And very few amusement parks
It's true.
in general anymore.
Yeah, other than the true seaside
Yeah.
piers or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Then you can head over and like go on Goofy Sky School. Granted, it is a standard Wild Mouse, which are looking like they're being phased out of a lot of amusement parks.
Are they?
You don't see them popping up nearly as much as you used to anymore.
Used to be kind of a standard go-to, yeah.
Yeah, it's standard. Okay, does it have a Wild Mouse? Does it have a wooden coaster? Cool. It's a great park.
Yeah.
Does it have a boomerang or a SLC,
Yeah.
a Vekoma SLC? Yeah, those used to be the
standards,
4 or
yeah.
5 main things that a park needed to be considered successful or good in the eyes of the general public. However, this is no ordinary Wild Mouse because it is themed to the old school Goofy cartoons.
True.
And it has some fun audio effects on there. The queue is pretty funny in and of itself. And the ride, it's a fun little ride. I mean, yeah, it's a Wild Mouse, but it's a fun Wild Mouse.
It's a good one, yeah.
And it's suitable for people of all ages again.
Plus, right there you have Corn Dog Palace.
You do. Corn Dog Castle.
Oh, Corn Dog Castle. You know, that one.
Yeah. I've been to that park a few times. This is all from memory, too.
I know. And eventually we'll get there, but I think, because we're going to talk about Soarin' and Grizzly River.
I was saving all that stuff for last.
But I would say that one of the things that stood out to me was that it's one of the few that's like the concentrated best of.
Yeah.
It's one of the best coasters. It's got one of the best drop rides. It's got one of the best, screen type rides. Soarin'.
And that was
It's got the better version of a rapids, raft ride. It's got all these things, and they're all crammed into one park. It's a lot of the things that we pointed out and talked about in our other,
kind of
Epcot,
the highlights
the
of
best
other
of
parks.
Epcot, the best of Hollywood Studios, the best,
You have it all in California
All in
Adventure.
California
And that was my
Adventure.
closer. You ruined it.
Sorry, didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
But you have a fantastic dark ride, Ariel's Undersea Adventure. Has some of the coolest and most high-tech audio animatronics that you can get, and it's the same ride as is in Magic Kingdom over in Florida. But you don't have to step foot into Magic Kingdom to get it.
True.
So, kind of little
Point,
cheat
yeah.
there. And then, yes, you can head over into Grizzly Peak area, including Grizzly Airfield now.
Is that what it's called now?
It is Grizzly Airfield. It is no longer Condor Flats.
I kind of liked Condor Flats. It sounded cool.
It was a cool name.
Plus, it plays homage to California's
But now the whole area...
bird.
Yeah.
Aviary. Aviary history? I don't know.
Aviation history?
No, because birds.
Yeah, it's bird history. I don't...
Condors.
I guess
California condor.
I guess it would be aviary history. But now it plays homage to the national parks.
Yeah.
And it really reminds me of, up here in Boulder in just Rocky Mountain National Park, some really amazing stuff that we generally take for granted. But whenever I was getting a little homesick when I was living out there, all I had to do was head over there and it felt right at home.
Nice.
It was amazing. And like you said, it has the best river rapids ride that I personally have ever been on.
No, that's true.
I think it beats everything that I've been on.
And then we talked recently about Animal Kingdom, and I was reminded how Cali River Rapids is like, it's okay.
It's a meh version of this,
Yeah.
of Grizzly River Run. And it has the original Soarin'. However, it is now Soarin' Around the World.
Yeah.
Doesn't really fit as well into California Adventure. It is no longer Soarin' over California. But it's still an amazing attraction.
Mm-hmm.
The first one to get upgraded, the first one to open. Superb. You've been on Over
both,
California.
yeah.
You've been on Over California.
Yeah, I've been on
You
World
have yet to be around the world.
Yeah. Here soon.
It's really good. It's a solid one.
I know.
And then you have another fairly good place to get food if you're in the mood for a burger or something. Smoke
Yeah.
Jumpers Grill. It's a solid one.
Is it?
Yes. But if you really want food and you really want detail,
You want to pay money.
well, I'm not saying Carthay Circle.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's where you're going.
That's delicious. That is amazing. Just head over to Carthay Circle Lounge, though, if you just want to try some of their drinks and appetizers. Really good. Same atmosphere. No reservation or anything.
All right.
Fairly, it's not the most expensive, but it's not the cheapest either. It's pretty moderate.
That's all right.
But if you're into drinking, Cove Bar.
If you have a drinking problem.
I'm not saying drinking problem. If you want to go and hang out with some friends and get a couple drinks or something.
Oh, okay.
Cove Bar over at Paradise Pier generally has the longest line in all of California Adventure. But if you can get there at night and if you can get in just before the sun sets, before the line gets really long, you can have some very magical moments right there. However, if you just want food, head over to Pacific Wharf.
Sure,
It's
good
got
variety.
It's a great variety right there. Really feels like you're in San Francisco. Last time I was up in San Francisco and walking around Fisherman's Wharf, I was looking around and I was like, holy cow, Disney did a good job.
Yeah.
It's amazing how well of a job they did. Plus, free chocolate and free bread.
There you go.
If you're going on the cheap, walk through those a couple times.
That should be your motivation from the beginning.
Yeah.
Why didn't you start with that?
Free chocolate, free bread. Boom. Instant win.
Yeah.
Drop the mic and walk away. It's just such an amazing park. It has the best of everything, kind of the highlights of every park.
That's what always stands out to me is that it's like the things that I go to Disney World to experience or think about, like trying to get Fast Passes for or trying to get on, are all a California Adventure.
Or majority of them are.
Majority of them are, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And we're going to see even more additions with Marvel Land coming.
Yeah.
I assume Pixar Pier is going to bring some new things.
Yeah.
And I haven't even mentioned its nighttime show.
That's true.
World of Color. First time I watched that, it almost brought me to tears, man.
It's a beautiful show.
It's amazing.
And it's totally unique to that park, too, because like Fantasmic is shared. The fireworks share a lot of similarities and always have, the castle fireworks. And like, I guess Illuminations is unique to there, too. But
Yeah,
like, and Rivers of Light has now borrowed some elements from
World of Color. And Illuminations, kind of a conglomerate of the two.
True.
A melding of the two.
Yeah.
But it's so unique. It's so cool. Granted, you do have to close down Paradise Pier in order to do it, except for Midway Mania, which if you've seen World of Color before, and you're like, if you're there for a couple days, and you're going to California Adventure more than one day, which you should.
Yeah.
If you haven't been convinced yet, here's another reason why. If you're a fan of Midway Mania, head over to Midway Mania as World of Color's starting.
Really?
And if by the time you'll get there, World of Color will have been in for a couple minutes, no line. No line. You can re-ride as many times as you want. Play Midway Mania as many times as you want. Awesome. It's amazing. Do it most times that I go now.
Yeah.
So California Adventure is just such an amazing park. It's so unique in that it is a conglomerate of the highlights.
Well,
of everything.
and it's kind of a conglomerate of a lot of like it's a studios park in a way, but it's not.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah, it's basically
it's like there's kind of Animal Kingdom-esque elements like with Grizzly River Run.
Or really just Grizzly Peak in general.
That area, kind of the wilderness area.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have the one maybe thing you're lacking is kind of the Epcot World Showcase or
the
Future World kind of stuff. But
we might see that with Marvel a little bit.
That's true.
If we get some Tony Stark influence stuff.
Yeah. StarkCon or
Stark Expo.
Yeah, Stark Expo.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the best of all the other Disney parks in one. And it didn't used to be that way, though.
No, that was.
We should do a full history of that.
History of that, yeah.
Oh, man.
Sometime when we're not being positive about all the parks.
We'll start a new series, The Negative Parts of All the Parks. We'll just be like Waldorf and...
There's lines and I just want to go home.
There's people
Disney,
everywhere.
Disney line.
There's people
It's
everywhere.
not Disneyland, it's Disney line. That's all it is, lines.
We should do an argument against all those points.
True.
Yeah, you're going to stand in line regardless where you go. You stand in line at TSA.
Yeah, that's true. Don't
Jiminy-
go anywhere you want to not stand in line.
Jiminy Christmas. Stand in line at McDonald's.
Stand in line at the bathroom.
Yeah, stand in line wherever you go.
That's true.
I will also throw this out there. This aids me more than you. Convinces me a little more than you. This is the only park that Tron has been a predominant thing
Oh,
at.
goodness gracious. Well, there it is. There it is.
The Tron.
The Tron was
reference.
in. The Tron made it in, folks.
Hey, speaking of Tron, did you like my Snapchat or Instagram story?
Yeah, that was good.
Couple
I was like,
nights
who's
ago?
on our Instagram?
Why are they making
I
eggs?
was like, I was like, what is he making?
Yeah, it's
Who
not
is-
eggs.
First off, who is this? Okay, it's Cort, okay. What is he making? What's happening?
It was Dole Whip.
Creme brulee or something? I was trying to figure out what's going on.
It was Dole Whip.
All right, I figured that out eventually, yes.
By the end,
Yeah.
Dole Whip and
Step
Tron.
one what? Step one of what?
Step one of how many?
What are we doing?
What's going on?
What is this?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, you can actually buy Dole Whip mix. If you don't want to ruin the magic,
I know. I was watching some
Don't do
YouTube
it.
video and it was like,
Yeah.
why is Dole Whip considered such a unique Disney thing? And it's like, it's really not. It's just
No.
everybody only gets it when they go there.
but yeah,
I think you convinced me.
did I? Well, I
No,
hope I
probably not.
convinced you guys.
I'll probably still go to Disneyland if I only had one day
Well,
with no park hopper.
when I go, I always get park
Yeah,
hopper,
that's
so it's gonna happen regardless. You have the original Soarin',
I know.
better version. You have
Like I said, I
better
mean, it
versions
is
of
it
most
is the
things.
conglomerated best of in a single park.
It's basically just Disney's greatest hits.
It really
That's
is.
what they should change the name to. Greatest hits, Disney. Disney Parks, greatest hits.
Yeah, that's true. Well, hopefully we convinced you that DCA, Disney California Adventure, should be your number one. But
If we didn't convince you, at least, hopefully we convinced you to visit it.
that's true.
Because you hadn't been there in a while.
No,
Or-
well, I'd never gone before we went,
And that was back in like 2012.
Now, granted, a lot of times when I went, it was only because I had a day and I wasn't going to pay the,
Yeah.
double price to go get a park hopper or whatever. But
Yeah.
so
But I hope we convinced
yeah,
a lot of people to go see Greatest Hits Disney Parks version.
Well, thank you for listening to the Unmistakably Magic Podcast. Check out our social media. We're at Unmistakably Mag on the old Twitter there. Little tweety tweets.
The tweeters.
Unmistakably Magic on Instagram.
Maybe I'll make some more Dole Whip.
Maybe you should.
Who knows?
Facebook.com/Unmistakably Magic.
If you want to support the show, if you like what you hear, head over to unmistakablymagic.spreadshirt.com where there are new designs.
Are there space
live.
ideas?
Not yet.
Oh,
I couldn't find a good quesadilla, so I started drawing one, and I can't draw at all.
We should just take a picture of
I
one.
should just make
A line graphic out of it. I don't know.
should be a little cartoony. Don't you think? Spaceadilla. But we do have some new designs up there, so
Nice.
go ahead and check those
All
out.
right.
And I reduced the price on all of them
Nice.
because I thought they were a little expensive.
Okay.
For my own tastes.
Email us, unmistakablymagic@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Comments, questions, concerns,
What do you
space ideas, whatever it is.
What do you think of California Adventure?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Do you think it's a worthy park for the Disneyland Resort?
True. Would you choose to go there over Disneyland, the park itself?
Generally, when I go to Disneyland, I will go to California Adventure first.
That's true.
So
There you go, folks. Anybody else on that train?
it takes my first half of the day.
Unmistakablymagic@gmail.com. We want to know. Go over to YouTube, just search Unmistakably Magic, subscribe to us, and share it with the videos with your friends, and check out our after show exclusive to YouTube.
Only on YouTube.
Only on YouTube.
Separate videos now. Now you don't have to scrub through the whole.
Yeah, find the after show hour into the other thing.
Why did it take us so long to do this? I don't know.
I don't know.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But drop a like our way if you're.
Yeah, smash that like button.
Smash.
That's what I feel like a lot of people do. Smash that like button.
Smash the like button. Hulk, smash that like button. Before Universal takes it away.
Speaking of like buttons, go over to iTunes. Give us a review over there. Subscribe to us over there for our audio feed.
Yeah.
And don't forget our YouTube. All of our old episodes are on YouTube because not all of them are going to be available on iTunes.
It's true. Limited
Releases or something.
Not releases. Limited engagements.
There you go. Big thank you to our friend Dylan over at Blast Off Branding for making our awesome logo. Don't forget to check out our friends at the Unmistakably Star Wars Podcast. Those guys are always putting out stuff.
They have a lot. I think they're actually having a sale on stickers right now.
Oh,
so if you're a
nice.
fan of our logo, we drew some inspiration from their logo.
Inspiration, yeah.
We were
That's a good way to
inspired
put
by it.
Yeah,
And go ahead and buy a sticker or two from
Yeah.
them.
totally.
Well, I don't have any announcements or shout-outs because you guys aren't emailing us announcements or shout-outs.
Yeah.
If you want to wish someone a happy birthday or anniversary or
Tuesday.
have fun at Disney or Universal
Yeah,
or
there you
Six
go.
Flags
See, there
or
you go.
wherever,
Good idea.
shoot us an email at unmistakablymagic@gmail.com.
Nice.
Well, that just about wraps it up.
All right.
Have a
I see that part.
know.
You have a magical week.
You were pausing.
Okay. Have a magical week.
See you real soon.